Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to the Crow's Nest. Welcome if you are new. We are a spiritual olive mind community learning as we grow along our ascension path. We're going to get into today's message for what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on at this time. But first, we're going to go over some channelings that I received in regards to this message before we get started. And we're also listening to some harbor sounds today. I thought that was appropriate based on the messages these last few days about these ships incoming and hearing these ships down in the harbor for these last few days. So, one of the very first things that came to me today, I was hearing a song by Sadie Jane, What Are You Doing Now? And the part of the song that I kept hearing over and over was in the very beginning of this song, she says, I saw you in the back of my show last night. I know it wasn't really you though, because you always sit in the front row. The next thing that came to me, the number 17 popped up in my mind. So 17 and the number 8 might be really significant today. After that, as I was shuffling the cards, some things came through with the seeds of the sacred feminine. We saw the card that was quest for a new vision. And I've been talking about, again, the last couple of days, that vision quest that is being embarked on or needs to be, you need to, I was just going to say, set a sail. You need to go on this vision quest. There's been this strong guidance for this to gain that new perspective. This was also on page 58. So once again, the number 8 being significant, but also 58 and 5s might be significant today. From there, I started picking up the childlike empress again. What happened? Right, I wanted to read you something from the guidebook on page 58. Okay, that's where I went on next, because usually when I see the cards come through as I'm shuffling, I just kind of take a mental note, but for whatever reason, Spirit was like, read it, read it, read it, read it. So I did. And there was something that I thought was really important that I wanted to point out here. So what I saw that I needed to go over was again, setting off on that vision quest, connecting with nature. That's been strong guidance lately. Connecting with water as well. I put this playlist on. I don't know if you can hear it. It's actually quite nice. I kept it down low because the birds can be seagulls. We all love seagulls, don't we? And there's a message there too. You might want to look into the spiritual significance of seagulls because they actually are quite significant. But I'm also feeling myself guided to go to the water today. There's a beach I really want to go to. Beautiful sunny day today. It's quite warm, but I have so many responsibilities. So let's see if I can get them done before I can do that. But you might be feeling guided to the water as well, right? Or even just like listening to ocean sounds or listening to birds. For some of you, it's very significant that you get to hear the birds. Anyway, so the thing that really stood out to me at the end of the message for quest for a new vision, you must dream a new dream before the dream can become real. Listen, right? Listen to the birds. Dream, for much beauty lies on the horizon. Now, what lies on the horizon when we look out the ocean? Those ships, right? And now going back to the never-ending story, this part about dream a new dream, like you must dream a new dream before the dream can become reality. Going back to that reading, once again, it keeps coming up. That reading, one little boy or one little girl really can be that important. I keep hearing the childlike empress saying, do what you dream. Why don't you do what you dream? And also at the end of the movie, when the childlike empress is handing Bastian the grain of sand, that last remaining crumble of Fantasia, and he's asking, well, how do we bring Fantasia back? And the childlike empress says, you have to dream a new Fantasia, right? And I'm pretty sure at the end of the movie there was a message about how he dreamed it even bigger than it ever was. So you have these dreams in place. That message that I'm getting right now, you have these dreams in place. And like we've been talking about, those ships are coming in, but for some reason they're halted. you're dreaming great, but there's something about a vision quest and getting a new dream to bring this dream to reality. I know that resonates for some of you. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. These messages are collective, so they might not be for everyone. And then also, in regards to that reading, one little boy or one little girl can be that important. There is something very significant about that. I feel guided to tell you that, you might find a hidden message in that reading that you either missed if you'd already seen it, or that there's just something in there that's going to be a key for you in this. And it made me think about like a hidden message in that reading, made me think about those ships that I've been seeing that are secretly being brought in the night, right? And then the other thing that I saw was in shuffling some more cards, something came through about something being below the surface, right? There's something that's just below the surface that's about to come up, or that's being hidden below the surface. And again, it brings me back to the water energy that I'm feeling for today. And then, wouldn't you know, the freaking Queen of Cups flies out onto the floor as I'm shuffling the tarot. And funny enough, I put the river stone on the tarot today too. So we're talking about water energy. This is very cleansing, healing, nurturing. I'm also hearing empathetic. So yes, the Queen of Cups came out. And I also saw that wounded warrior energy. So what I was feeling from that was the Queen of Cups coming out of the wounds and into, I wrote down emotion, but then Spirit was like, no, into loving emotion, which brought me back to the Beauty and the Beast vibes when I've been talking about those feminines who have been loving and nurturing the entire time, regardless of what you've been put through, regardless of feeling like you're a prisoner, regardless of feeling like you can't help those that you love. That was really strong for someone. It just made me think about Belle, Beauty and the Beast, and I wrote down B and B for that. And then I went to numerology and I was picking up 2 and 2, so mirror energy, but the number 4. So, and I did write down, you can see it here earlier, I was writing down just random numbers, and then I did put 4 here, and after I wrote down, where are we, Beauty and the Beast, the B and B, I added 2 and 2, and I was like, yes, it connects back to this number 4. And that's also significant, I'm realizing now, because going back to the stones that I chose, I think I do want to get a Seeds of the Sacred Feminine today. I put Larvakite on this deck today. We're talking about protection and grounding. And then we also have the River Stone, healing and cleansing. So feel like today is going to be a strong message that's going to resonate for the Divine Feminine Collective, the Feminine Collective. The last few days have been strongly that masculine energy, but really feeling that water energy, those healing vibes, that very nurturing, the Queen of Cups on the tarot, she's just looking at that cup like it's this precious baby that needs to be handled with such delicate care. And that, as soon as I said delicate care, I heard those words again, delicate strength. And I mentioned putting that song in the comments for you guys a few readings back, but I still haven't come across it yet. I'm actually actively trying to find it for you because I feel, again, something really significant in that channeled song. So we're going to go ahead and get into the message. Actually, real quick, something else that I saw in the tarot. I tried not to look with all my might because I know what happens. I was like, I'm going to channel more if I see any more cards. 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Wands in reverse, the 2 of Pentacles, the Strength in reverse, and the King of Wands. So we got a Queen and a King coming through. Yesterday's message was very powerful about this negotiation having reached a finalization, a balance, a compromise. And if you have been following along my readings the last few days, or if you go back and watch them, you'll notice that those cards that I just mentioned, we've been seeing a lot of those in the readings that I've posted in the last 5 days. Now we'll go ahead and get into the reading. So like I said, we're going to start with the tarot, the river stone on that deck today. I do want to grab a quick sip. Some hot tea. Yesterday's guidance was really strong to be hydrating, drinking a lot of water. And I feel like that today too. I've just been drinking so much. And then the bottom of the deck did want to slide off. I'm going to keep that out. We'll see what it is. My name's Crystaljoy, wounded healer, helping to guide you through the depths of your soul to illuminate the light within. Let's find out what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on in regards to our journeys today. This is all about you. Wow, did you see that? Okay, the strength card literally just like whoosh, in the upright position. I just freaked my cat out. She's like, I'm out of here. This is madness. So wanted to come out of the deck as well. So again, we're really talking about working so hard and being so productive in the work that we're doing. And this is in regards to the inner work that we're doing, and it's bringing in that abundance for us. Take that how it resonates. It's in regards to what you have been working on bringing in for yourself. Okay, Spirit just told me to turn the music up a little bit more. So yes. And did you see the way that strength card came out? It was like, Spirit is telling me that the work that you're doing, it's like you're doing like these fancy kicks and twirls and things in the air. Like I'm seeing like ninja stuff and like gymnastics stuff, like double back handsprings. And but this is a beautiful energy. And as I was like getting ready for this reading, I also wanted to mention an energy update for today, because yesterday's, like the last 2 days of messages, the energy was so intense for me. I even had to pause in the readings to ground myself. And today I feel after yesterday, the way the message ended, it gave us so much insight and clarity and a sense of ease to surrender. And today I just feel that so much of us have just really let our shoulders drop. I'm really feeling the energy for today has shifted. It's feeling so much more calm, tranquil. I'm hearing tranquility pool. Yes, that Queen of Cups. Okay, right, because of the way the message ended yesterday, and now we're talking about, because this balance, this compromise has been met, now we can step more into that flow of the sacred feminine. And once again, because you have been doing this inner work, it is also reflecting as above, so below. Okay, this is starting to manifest into your physical reality. Those ships are, they're not even coming anymore. They're here. You just got to go unload them, is what I keep hearing. So the strength is there, but the bottom of the deck is still here. It slipped out. I'm very curious. Which way do we need to go with this? I'm being told this way. The Three of Pentacles in the upright position. This is going back to the compromise being met, but also tying into another message that I think also on TikTok was about, it was like when I saw this card come through, it was like someone was swearing on something, like taking a vow or an oath to something. If you really look closely, it's like they're showing him a scripture of some kind. He's got his hand up in the air here. It's like he's swearing on something here. And like that message about something's hidden below the surface, the way this person is cloaked, I feel like they're cloaked. I'm seeing the invisibility cloak. I don't even watch movies, but I know this from one of the Harry Potter movies. You know, he puts that cloak on and he's able to like sneak around. No one can see him, but you feel it. Some people like feel his energy, even though he's hidden. Right? Going back to that channeling about something is below the surface. Something's being brought in that's not being seen, right? Those ships that are secretly being brought in. And what it is a sense of teamwork. I just heard companionship. Whoa, that is pretty profound after the way we left yesterday's message off. I know some of you just felt that. Let's see what else. The top of the deck. The Four of Cups. This is a very humbled energy. This is taking time to evaluate what you already have before you take on more or bring in too much. Bite off more than you can chew, I just heard. And again, this is really profound because connecting back to the, what was it, 7 of Cups, that vision quest, that card that made me think about this vision quest in the last few days. It's like, you know, we've been talking about leaving behind what no longer serves you. And so now you not only have done that, you've not only dropped the illusions and dropped the bags, I just heard, going back to yesterday's message. There's a few things coming through, but before I lose it, this is now you are able to look at what you have and what's being offered and using your discernment. The Two of Pentacles. I saw the Two of Pentacles come through. The Strength card did come out in the reverse, but right now it's in the upright position. And I feel that because to follow the Two of Pentacles in the past, like the Two of Pentacles I saw before the Strength card. It was literally the card before. And so in the past, you have not been able to balance. I'm hearing what is right and what is wrong for you. What is the path that you were meant to go down, and when you are ignoring the signs of when you are going down the wrong path. But now we see that you are able to use your discernment to evaluate, reflect, evaluate, and just make a proper decision for yourself. Like, is this what's right for me? Get a little bit more here. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, it's a lot. It's just a lot. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll go with these. I'm going to put that away. 2 cards here. So what we had is 5 cards come through, and I was going to take the top and the bottom of it, but then I realized it left me with 3. So I can't say no to 3. The top and the bottom. Are you kidding me? The Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. We saw that King of Wands. Well, you didn't see it. I saw it. And wait, what was it? The Queen of Cups. And the King of Wands. Wow. I really felt very strongly this is going to be for the feminines. I feel like for the divine feminines, there was also that 6 of Pentacles. I feel that there's going to be some things. Well, from that, no, I'm thinking about the 6 of Cups. Like, looking at this, I'm getting 6 of Cups energy. There's like things from the past that are going to be coming up, maybe even people or situations. And I feel like it's a test of your strength. This is all about the feminines. Can you imagine if we see the Queen of Swords? This is amazing. And I was talking about the childlike Empress. This is amazing, really strong energy. We got 3 more cards here. What's it going to be? And I was kind of like trying not to look at them, but I feel like I saw like a lot of yellow energy. The Fool, the King of Cups, the Fool, and the 3 of Cups in the reverse. 3s are very significant today. But that King of Cups, I saw the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of King and Queen action happening here. And you know what I love about this whenever we look at the king, the queen is always focused on something. She's very independent. But the king, even though when we look at the card for the Queen of Cups, she's holding the cup, she's looking at it, like I said, like this precious child that leads loving emotion, nurturing care. And although the king is also holding a cup, he's not looking at his cup. He's looking the direction of the queen. So queens, while you, take that how it resonates, while you focus on your independence and your self-worth and your abundance and your loving emotions, that king is focused on you. And is helping to hold space for you. Trying to understand this, right? The masculine in the past, rather than being in his emotion, we saw this a few readings ago, that masculine coming through saying, why was I acting like such a fool? The masculine is looking back at the times when he was being such a fool and turning his back to the celebration of life. I just heard. Wow, that's so profound. But although this masculine is now looking at reviewing this, didn't I say that we were analyzing, discerning? This masculine, your inner masculine, is also doing this introspection. It's like something is being ripped out of the lion's mouth, and I'm waiting for what, like I keep getting that throughout this message, and I'm waiting for what's coming out of the lion's mouth. What are we taking out of the lion's mouth? And you know, going back to when I was talking a few readings ago about the Beauty and the Beast, and my cat was there, and I was getting that message about, you know, there's dogs in that movie, and so they speak about the loyalty, the masculine energy. And then here with me, feminine energy, I had a cat with me speaking about that independence. This Queen of Wands has a cat with her, right? So I knew that was going to be significant. But like I was saying, now, although this masculine is also and has also taken this time to look back at the times he's been a fool and turned his back to the celebration, the happiness of life, he still looks toward the queen. He knows that by journeying through himself, he is finding himself. He is understanding that he is also sacred feminine energy. We are all both masculine and feminine energy. We just resonate with one more strongly than the other. And you don't have to be feminine to be a feminine energy, and you don't have to be masculine to be a masculine energy. You can be feminine and be a masculine energy, and vice versa. But the masculine energy is now identifying with the fact that when he allows himself to journey through himself, he finds at the depths of himself lies his own feminine. Can I just say that was spicy? That was spicy. I know I don't have a lot of storage space left on my phone, so I'm going to leave that there. I know that was like, a few of you out there, like, I see the cards right now, they're like a fan. I'm just over here like, whoa, that was good. That was juicy. Okay, I'm hearing more Biggie music. I'm hearing the song Juicy, and I think I channeled that yesterday after I closed the reading. I kept hearing the word juicy, and I was like, doesn't Biggie have a song named Juicy? And again, I put the cards down, and like literally this king just cannot take his eyes off of his queen. And she's just she's just like looking off toward what? Her own strength, right? And because feminines, as you continue to journey into yourself and find your strength, you guide the masculine energy to journey into himself, to find his inner feminine, which leads him to his strength. I want to scream my head off right now. We're going to go ahead and get into a Seeds of the Sacred Feminine, because that Larvikite stone, protection and grounding, was really feeling guided to that. And we got a pretty good message when I was shuffling these cards earlier. So, and like I said, don't have much storage space, so I'm not going to make this message too long today. Of course, if you do want more details, you can always reach out for a personal. All my links are in the description. Never reach out or never respond to anyone who reaches out to you, because I can promise you that's not me, okay? Yes, let's go ahead and get into, let's find out. We got a lot of details about this. I really feel strongly that this was like basically an energy update. This was like an introspection on where do things currently stand, right? So let's get today's guidance. How can we use this energy to our greatest benefit today? Ooh. Let's find out. Seeds of the Sacred Feminine. 2 messages here. And the top. Okay, 3. I like 3. In case you can't tell. I think I'm going to take this one first. Sit by a body of water. Pretty sure I said that. That's really profound. There's a lot of dragonflies on this card. That's really significant. You might want to look into the spiritual significance of dragonflies. For some of you, I'm hearing Red Bull gives you wings. Some of you, it's like there's something about energy. Like you're, through finding your strength, masculines and feminines, it's like you're being this energy is being restored to have the strength. Like you have the motivation and the drive, but now it's about having the strength to just like push through everything, all of the barriers, the crap, anything that's left standing in the way. This is a time for deep purging, okay? So there might be quite a few things coming up for you. This is the time to not just having the strength, but being able to tap into the strength to just like rip open that lion's mouth, right? It's like this lion is withholding your abundance, and you're just like, you know what? I'm tired of you. Give me that. But in a very loving and nurturing way, you know, he's not being too rough with the lion, but I just feel this sense of, you're just like, I'm taking this back. There's guidance, protection, and grounding. Some of you need to call your power back, okay? And how to do that? Very simple. Just say, I call back my power, my energy, my resources, all back to me, and I return any unwanted energies to sender with love and nurturing care. And all you're doing is sending it back to where it came from, okay? Mother Earth will take care of the rest. Don't worry about the rest, okay? Sit by a body of water. There's again something very significant about these dragonflies, right? They have 4 wings, and there's 4 of them. That number 4 is so significant today. I'm also looking at, I was doing my numerology workup for the week, and I'm looking at weeks 46, 47, 48, and 49. So lots of 4s today. And I also said that 8s and 7s were going to be significant, right? 8, 7. Sit by a body of water. We already talked about that. We got 2 more here. Be kind to yourself. Going back to that Queen of Cups that I saw getting ready for this reading, and hearing that loving emotion, and thinking about the guidance for self-care from yesterday. So that's today's continuation and guidance, is taking time to properly feed yourself loving emotion. Not just right now, I feel like it's not even just self-care. Of course, do any form of self-care that you're feeling guided to or that resonates with you. But there's like a very specific message about feeding yourself loving emotions that I feel like for some of you, your soul is really missing that right now. For a while, I kept channeling the word loneliness. And loneliness is a very misunderstood emotion. People oftentimes are like, well, why do I feel lonely if I'm surrounded by so many people? It's not because of a lack of your surrounding. It's a lack of feeling heard and understood, and your boundaries being respected. So I feel that in order to restore your sense of, where's that Three of Cups, right? That's even for some of the masculines. To restore, I'm getting disconnected from that, but to restore what we were talking about, there is this sense of needing to feed yourself loving emotions. The other thing is it's time for ceremony. This is that Three of Cups energy. So for for all of us, but this is going to resonate most strongly for the masculines, but also for the feminine energies. Your inner masculine is needing this. We're going to get into the guidebook, but through this ceremony, there's this sense of celebration. There's this sense of no longer feeling lonely and isolated despite being surrounded by so many. We're going to get into the guidebook because I think I got like 10 minutes left of my storage space here. So I think the sit by a body of water is pretty clear for today. Let's get in the guidebook for, I think I want to go first for it's time for ceremony. Where are we? And what's interesting is like my cat is dying to get out of the room. So there's a sense of like this independent feminine. It's like, let me out. The feminines are taking the boxes away from the door. I'm telling you, there's something when you open up the door. Page 43. Fours are so significant. Wow. Which is all about grounding, stability, strong foundations. This message is just hitting home for me today. Life is a continual sacred unfolding. This is known in the Cree language as, oh, forgive me. Hang on one second. Hang on. Okay, forgive me if I'm saying this so wrong, if I'm butchering this. Pima Tisiwin. So again, we're going to the continual sacred unfolding. This is known in the Cree language. When we walk with mindful celebration of life, all life is ceremony. It's like I'm stumbling on the words, okay? And going back to a message from the other day, it's like you're having to go back and reread something or reevaluate something for it to make sense. Yes. When we walk with mindful celebration, all life is a ceremony. The celebration of life, I said that for the masculines. A busy, hurried pace can hypnotize you into believing that meaningless things are meaningful. It's time to slow down and enter the realms of the sacred feminine. It's time to honor the sacredness of life around you. Move away from the distractions and breathe a sigh of relief. That's where you need to go breathe your sigh of relief, by that water. Give your emotions to the water, okay? That river stone, it takes your emotions, it cleanses them for you. Life is awaiting for you to rejoin the celebration. The only thing life needs is your attention. Ceremony occurs when you notice the beauty and aliveness around you. Feel the power in your body. Feel the sun and earth honoring your journey. Honor them in return and feel the circle of life become whole. Going back to that message about expressing gratitude from another reading, of course. Create a sacred space, we talked about that, in your own home by lighting a candle or smudging with sacred medicine. Sit and contemplate your connection to your relations. If you are able, attend a ceremony held by a secret lodge keeper. Your presence in either your sacred space or another's will be cause for much celebration. You are a joyous miracle of creation. of all creation wants to celebrate with you in ceremony. My cat is like going bonkers now too. I'm forgive me if I'm rushing. I have like 5 minutes left. I want to get this message to you. Let's be kind to yourself. Dear gentle soul, you are very gifted in caring for those around you. Queen of Cups. We are here to remind you that you need to work on caring for yourself. Like your sacred mother, you focus on everyone around you and make sure all their needs are met. This is a great skill. However, leaving your own needs, I hope you can hear me. This cat is just mayhem. Leaving your own needs unmet and unheard dishonors your sacred lineage. Loving yourself is your true and only task, right? Focus on you and the world will follow. Know your worth, for you are a magnetic being. Be kind to the needs of your heart and listen to the signs when you have overstepped your boundaries. I talked about that. To live in balance, you must value yourself. Allow your own needs to speak their truth and honor them with your attention. This is sacred work. As you honor your emotional and physical bodies and deepen the love you have for yourself, your love for others will grow. It is sacred law that what you plant into your own heart and mind will become real in the world. These are the seeds of the sacred feminine. Let the seeds of kindness for yourself grow and flourish. I'm going to leave today's message there. I'll let you have a look at those cards. All right, and it was also this one here, the ceremony. All right, so be sure to like and comment if this message resonated to let me know, and subscribe to be notified when I post next, and I will see you in my next reading.